Hi Capricorn, welcome to Key Wisdom Tarot. My name is Ruth, I'm your Reiki Master and Tarot Reader and fellow Capricorn, and this, my darlings, is your Sun, Moon and Stars reading for February into March 2020. We're going to look at three distinct areas. We're going to look first of all at Divine Masculine, which is your actions and experiences in the month of February. Then we're going to look at the Divine Feminine or your Moon, which is everything that's going on beneath the surface for you, your emotions, your intuition, and anything that might be hidden from your immediate consciousness. And then finally, the stars section of the reading is all about what's to come. So where are we headed? What's to come at the end of the month of February and the first week of March. Okay, my darlings, I have shuffled, believe, I have meditated. I'll do a little bit more shuffling on camera and then we'll get started on your reading. Our reading. No, your reading. Okay, my darlings, card at the base of the reading is the Five of Swords. Card at the base of the reading, the perspective that we need to see this reading through. So this is interesting, isn't it, actually? Because number fives are related to change, are related to breaking down the old, the power. They're related to power, actually. And if you think about it, power is something that we can transfer. And this is about the awareness, the power of you to change your awareness, your understanding of something, your perspective of something. There's a way that you're thinking about something, or that I am also thinking about something that we are going to be changing. Now, I don't know about you, but 2020 so far has been intense, but in a good way. Intense is always good as far as I'm concerned, even if you heard us fall out. Right, okay. Speaking from experience as usual. Okay, so my darlings, this is our actions and experiences. So let's have a look at the mindset, the perspective, the idea that we need to change. Let's have a look. Actions and experiences in the month of February. So we've got the Page of Pentacles, the Sun, the Three of Swords, and the Wheel of Fortune. So definite change. I mean, I tell you, all these three, apart from the Sun card, they all indicate change, all these cards that we can see so far. So first of all, let's look at the Page of Pentacles. This is our energy. Okay, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, it's earth energy. And the pages, the kings, the queens, the knights, they all represent aspects of change, things that we are, places that we are, things that we're trying to change, things that we're trying to do in this instance, because it's divine masculine. We're trying to change something. Okay, now in this instance, with it being Pentacles energy, it's where we put our energy and effort in order to manifest security. So this might be a new approach at work, a new approach in your relationship, a new approach to relationships. For example, this is you reaching out, wanting to apply your energy in new ways, in different ways, in ways that you've maybe not tried yet before. And there is good reason to do that, because actually what this is showing with the Sun card is that this is a more authentic version of yourself. This is a more truthful reflection of who you are, and this is this new way that you want to apply your energy, that you want to make your money, that you want to speak to your partner, whatever it is for you as an individual. This new way is more authentic. The Sun card is related to the sacral chakra, obviously. The solar plexus, I should say, obviously, which is the power of our self-confidence, our self-esteem, and our ability to manifest. It's us being comfortable being who we are in the world, letting people see who we are. And this is something that we struggle with, everyone struggles with, I struggle with, you struggle with, because you're a Capricorn, so we struggle with this. And this is potentially the reason. This is the reason, the Three of Swords. The Three of Swords has already happened, okay? So it's a situation or circumstance that has happened in the past that left us thinking of ourselves in a certain way, in a way that makes us feel disempowered, in a way that has hurt your identity, how you see yourself, how you see your ability to do something. And it's this that needs to change. It's this idea that you're not able to, or that you're not worthy, or that you're not good enough, or that it's always going to go wrong because it went wrong before. This is what ultimately does need to shift and need to change. This is how you remember sword energy. So it's about your awareness and your conscious mind, your thoughts, your ideas, your perspective. And it's about, and number 3, again, it's linked to the same area. It's linked to the sacral chakra. Keep saying sacral. It's linked to the solar plexus. So it's linked to our self-confidence and our self-esteem. So there's something that has restricted that, and it's this previous experience that we've had. It's this previous experience that we've had that has restricted our self-esteem in some way. And it's this, I feel, that needs to change, and it will change because we are expressing ourselves in a different way. We are doing things in a different way practically in our lives. We're doing things differently, and that helps us to highlight and to see the impediments, if you will, of this restricted way of thinking from this old way, this past event that's happened. This new way of doing things helps us to see that restriction, helps us to make those changes. I mean, and what else do we need to see for change but the Wheel of Fortune? Next, we need to see death, then we're all good, okay? Because this Wheel of Fortune, you don't need me to explain it to you. This is very fundamental, this energy. It's fundamental in a sense of it's all about change. You know that. Everyone knows what the Wheel of Fortune means. But also, extra little bit of info. Now, basic physics states that energy, you are energy, you are made up of energy as well, Ki and Chi, life force, energy, it can never be destroyed, and it can only be changed or transformed into something else, into another form. And when we have struggled, when we have hurt, when we have reflected, we have been in 2019, as you know, doing that inner work, doing that work that helps us to find balance and to find healing. It's that energy that we put into those thoughts and that application of ourselves that helps to shift that wheel, that helps to turn that wheel, that helps to open up the path for us. So this is about you bringing in changes, us bringing in changes, us doing things differently in a way that's more authentic, in a way that helps us to, in a way that we feel secure. We're trying to establish our security, a sense of security in some area, in our family life, in our home, in our work life, whatever it is. We're trying to establish security, and we're going about it in a different way, in a way that is more authentic to us, and in a way that has been restricted previously because of previous experiences that we've had up until this point. Okay, so let's have a look what's going on beneath the surface in our emotions in the month of February. So we've got in our inner reality, we've got the 9. I was laughing because I'm laughing because I woke up this morning and I was doing my conscious meditation. Check out the Key Wisdom playlist. And I was saying to myself, I was like, oh my God, yeah, that's so 9 of Wands. That's so 9 of Wands. And look what card comes up. So we've got the 9 of Wands. That's how I was feeling. 9 of Wands, 2 of Swords, 4 of Pentacles, and King of Wands. So this is very interesting because remember, this is what's going on beneath the surface for you. This is what you're feeling intuitively or emotionally, or in that side of ourselves. So not in our mind, not in our thoughts, but not in our conscious mind, but in the things that can restrict us sometimes, the things that can hold us back. And this, as I said, I'm going to give you a full rundown now of this energy here. 9 of Wands. Now this is for shorthand the PTSD card. previous experiences. We had our fingers were burned, so we ain't going to go anywhere near the fight last time, so we ain't going anywhere near the fight this time. That's this type of energy. And the example, what I was talking to myself about this morning when I was talking about this card, and I'll use that example to try to illustrate for you, okay? So for me, you know, I started this business, Key Wisdom Tarot, and I do tarot reading, and it's, let's just say, a lot more difficult than people would know unless you do this job. And for me personally, I got to the point where I was working so hard and doing so much that I got exhausted, and it's taken me about 9 months or 10 months to get back up to full strength. And I'm just about getting there. And anyway, I started filming these videos yesterday, and then I woke up today and I was like, oh my god, like what if I get ill again? Like what if I start doing these readings again and I get really ill and I can't work for a bit, and that's that energy. It's like, because it happened before, I'm scared that it might happen again. But with the 9 of Wands, we're trying to understand that. We're trying to understand. We're taking off the blindfold, and we're trying to understand where that trepidation comes from, where that aversion or reluctance to do something, to strike out, comes from. We're trying to understand that, and that's how, for you this month, for us this month, or in February, we need to be remembering that was then, this is now. That was then, this is now. And things have actually changed and moved on. So there'll be some of this residual energy beneath the surface for you this month. The wand energy is related to your chi, your ki, your life force, the thing that moves us and animates us. Again, I've been, you know, our pleasure, our power, our joy, our careers as well, and is linked to the wand energy. So there's a certain amount of trepidation, and that's because we're doing something new. That's because we're showing ourselves. That's because we're showing ourselves, showing the world who we are. And you know, it's not easy. It's not easy being me, i.e., it's not easy being you. It's not easy and letting everyone else see who we are. But we're starting to approach our work or our relationship or some aspects of our lives in a new way, in a different way that's more authentic. And so of course that's going to bring about a certain amount of trepidation, but it's that in a sense that needs to change, it needs to shift. The trepidation, there's no need for that. We see the happiest card in the deck here, the Sun, so we know that it's joyous, and we can be confident when we see that card in whatever area of our life we're trying to be more authentic, or we're trying to, you know, grow and heal. We're trying to make stable. There's definitely we can definitely feel confident when we see this card. So, but this is just the trepidation that's beneath the surface for us. We've got the Two of Swords here. So the Two of Swords, twos are about commitments. Twos are about being committed, in this instance, to a way of thinking, to a way of seeing things. You know, maybe wanting to make a decision but refusing to make a decision. I know exactly what this relates to for me. Anyway, I won't go into me, but anyway, you know, wanting to make a decision, knowing what the right answer is, but really not wanting to act on it. That type of energy is the Two of Swords. This is what's going on beneath the surface for you, though. So it might be that you are still it's not weighing up. You're not weighing things up. It's about decisive action, and the fact is, right now in February, you're not quite ready to take decisive action in a specific area. You're not quite willing to do it. You're waiting to know whether it's manageable. You're waiting to see whether this is actually manageable. Is it actually manageable? Have I got the energy? Have I got the skills? Have I got the drive? Have I got the motivation? Have I got the knowledge? You know, have I got the money? Have I got the time? Whatever. You're kind of sort of seeing how it all pans out. You're starting slow and you're starting small, but you're going to see how it all pans out before you make any sort of massive purchases or before you have any crazy conversations with people or whatever. You're going to wait to see how it pans out. How do you feel? So for me, this might be, you know, how am I feeling with this new approach to tarot? I don't know. I don't know if there's going to be one, but maybe there will be. In fact, there is actually. It's coming. I'm thinking about something new. Anyway, so yeah, this might be me thinking, oh God, like, you know, have I got enough time for it? Have I got enough energy? Like, am I able to do it? Am I able to blah, blah, blah. But see, what always happens is beneath the surface, even though we're waiting, and that's all this card is, the four. Fours are about our foundations and our structures, and it's about identifying the significance of, again, our where we put our energy and effort in order to manifest security. So it's about our security, this card, and it's about, am I secure now? Let me just see if I am secure. Let me see how things are going to go. Let me consolidate. Let me check if I've got everything I need in order to make these changes, in order to do this. So for me, this might be, for example, starting a relationship. I always talk about relationships with our fellow Cappies. You're all the ones who I don't even tell me, Mum. No, I'm joking. So I should be like, this might be like, oh God, you know what? So now I'm like feeling better again, aren't I? I'm working again. I'm like, okay, I'm over the 9-month flipping spell of literally exhaustion from too much tarot reading and too much work and everything. I'm over that exhaustion. Am I ready to date? Right, let me see how February goes. Like, maybe I'm ready to date now. Let me see how February goes. This is that, yeah. So whatever it is for you, you apply it in your life. But it's that type of energy with these cards here. And then we've got this card here. So this is the beautiful card here of the King of Wands. Now, the King of Wands is all about confidence, darling. And it's not just about, I mean, in this area, it's about what we feel. It's about what's going on beneath the surface. So what's going on beneath the surface for us is that we want to act, because usually this is what he does. If this was not a specific reading, I'd just say, oh, it's about acting confidently, making confident, decisive actions and decisions. That's what he does, going toward the things that we are passionate about, that we are keen on, that we are motivated by. That's what this is, and that is how we also feel. So you see, it's like if we are waiting, so I'll use me as an example, why not, about the whole dating thing, for example. So I'm like, right, let's see how this new tarot thing goes, blah, 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 blah. You know, I'm going to wait and see how things, but even though I'm doing that because I'm a practical Capricorn, you're practical. Remember that this is our energy, okay? Pentacles energy, manifesting security. And security isn't just wealth or just qualifications or just a good job or it's a sense of security, you feeling emotionally secure and stable as well, you feeling that you can sustain this life that you're building as well. That's important and significant to you as a Capricorn and to me as a Capricorn as well. And so that's why Capricorns, we're a feminine sign, so we're about emotions. We're an earth sign, so earth signs are feminine, and that's all about our emotions and intuition. So we're building both. So that for you, that for us is what's important. Is it's about both aspects of self. It's not just the money or the status. It's also the emotional security. It's also the mental strength and the mental confidence that you need. And ultimately, this is how we engage with that, because we notice how we feel. So in the month of February, notice how you're feeling. Notice that, yes, I'm feeling trepidatious. I'm waiting before I make a decision, before I fully commit to my new Tinder profile or whatever. But I'm or whatever it is for you in your life. But I'm also confident because I know deep down, this is beneath the surface, this is your intuition, because I know deep down that I'm able to do this, I'm ready to do this, it's what I want to do, I feel good about it, it's what I desire, it's what excites me, okay? So we've got to make sure that we always click into our emotions. And it's interesting because I said, see it through this perspective of changing our perspective on something, changing our mind about something, changing how we see, and it is what it is we're seeing is about our capabilities, my capabilities. What can I do? What can you do? You know, and about seeing your worthiness. You are worthy, able, capable, deserving of love, of happiness, of joy, of success in all areas and all aspects of your life. And actually, even as I say that out loud, I'm like, yeah, but we don't really fully believe that, do we, all the time? No, we don't. And maybe this is the month where we can start to try to believe that, because of the energies that we seem to be facing. So let's now have a look, my darlings, at March. Okay, so we're looking end of Feb, beginning of March. Let's have a look. We've got yes. So this is I'm happy to see this card, because this is showing, isn't it, that this engagement, we're starting slowly. We're starting with just one video. We're starting with just one Tinder profile. We're starting by just having a conversation with him or with her. We're starting by asking out the question. Whatever it is you're doing here, we're starting. We feel trepidatious, but we also feel confident. And this is showing the listening, acting, yes, building, yes, but also listening to our emotional world, listening to our intuitive self. This is what helps to bring about the change and the transformation. And it does happen. We get the Ace of Cups. We get the 3, yes. This is literally the universe going, yes, yes, Queen, yes, you did it. That's what the universe is saying when you see this card. So we've also got the 2 of Pentacles. I could sense that card coming as well. And we've got Justice. Excellent. So very, very, very good. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. That's what we've got here. We've got number 1, we've got number 2, and we've got number 3. Okay, so we've got progress, we've got movement, we've got growth. And that's what I'm talking about. It's like we're starting small, we're seeing how it goes, we're applying, but we are moving and we are going. And what is happening is it's bringing about this new emotional beginning. That's what this Ace of Cups represents. Now, Cups energy, yes, represents feelings of love and joy. But the Cups energy actually governs all the non-physical aspects of life, our memories, our dreams, our wishes, our morals, our spirituality, our intuition, our ideas about things, our perspective on things. The Cups energy governs all of that. And so when we see the Ace of Cups, we know it's a new beginning, an auspicious new beginning. And what it tells us is that there is renewed or nude or transformed energy, a transformed way of thinking about ourselves, about our heart, about our loves, whatever it is for you. So this is a really positive energy to start or to end the month of February with, or to begin the month of March with, because it tells us that the tentative work and that we do, and the tentative changes that we're making in February actually do in our external world, actually do bring a change and a shift to our inner world as well, which is beautiful to see. And as I said, this is the universe going, yes, Queen, yes, because sorry, I've been watching some way too much Drag Race. Anyway, this is what the universe is saying with this card, because this is like, number 3s are related to self-esteem, self-confidence. They're related to the 3rd chakra, okay, which is your solar plexus, which is linked to the sun, which is all about, as I said, your truth, your authenticity, who you are in the world. And remember, these cups are related to the non-physical you and the non-physical side of life. So this is why we can celebrate with this, because it's as if there's a union, a unity, an expansion, a growth that we are facing, that we are coming into. You know, for some people this might be new love. I mean, I don't like to talk about stuff like that, but it could be like new love or whatever. But there's definitely a self-love. There's definitely a new way of seeing yourself and celebrating you and celebrating who you are. You are absolutely perfect right now. And then you'll change tomorrow, and you'll be absolutely perfect tomorrow as well. And this is the process that we go through. We are natural beings, part of the natural order of life and of love and of the world and of the universe. And we expand just like, and change every day and transform every day just like the rest of the universe. So we are celebrating. We can celebrate in the month. I'm so glad we can celebrate in the month of March, okay? And at the end of this month, because we're on the right path and the growth and the healing is happening for us, okay? Now we have this energy here. Isn't it interesting how we have these 3 cards together? There seems to be a decision that we want to make, or trying to make, are still trying to make, and that is about, you know, this is your heart space, this is your heart chakra. So think about the fact that think about the fact that I see. I'm talking to myself now. I'm talking to myself because I know what this means. I know what this means for me, but I don't want to. I want to tell you for you. I want to tell you. I want to leave it general. Oh God. Oh God. Who knows? Anyway, okay. I'm gonna just tell you. So, twos, again, commitments. This is, we know we're weighing things up. And, this is, when I said it's not quite weighing things up, this is you having made a decision, but not really ready to fully act on it wholeheartedly. This is, and this is because you're trying to wait to see if you've got everything that you need, if you're in the right spot, if you've got the qualifications, or you've got the job, or you've got the money, or whatever it is, you've got the support that you need in order to bring about fuller change. And we do bring about fuller change, but there is this love thing, and it seems like for some of us, that's something that's still a stumbling block at this point, where you are, and it's fine for it to be that, but it's about engaging with why. If you're still weighing up, I'm talking to myself again. If you're still weighing up, okay, an actual issue of love or of friendship, should I have that conversation with her, or should I have that conversation with him, or, should I leave him, should I not? You've got to go back to this energy here, and you've got to think about the disempowerment that you felt previously, because it's linked to the past. If we're struggling to, and it's fine, this is a healthy card. If we're not sure about where we want to go, about the direction we want to go in, about the decision we want to make when it comes to love, then this is a case of, okay, well, let's look back and let's see where this indecision comes from, or why I'm still holding on to this thing that no longer serves me. Let me look back, let me try to examine it. So there might still be a little bit of that going on at the end of the month and into the month of March. But there's success in this time period. There's success in the shifting of our awareness in what we know about ourselves. That is something that's bringing about healing. So what you know about yourself, what you understand about yourself consciously when it comes to love, or when it comes to compassion, or when it comes to self-esteem, what you understand about yourself is the thing that is changing in the month of, as we enter March. So I'm happy about that, because I think that we can be, all of us, it doesn't matter what star signs we are, all of us can be very self-critical and very we're very unforgiving of ourselves. We can be very hard on ourselves. And if you still have the urge to sort of, in a way, revert back to the old ways of doing things that you did before February started, then if you're still sort of thinking, I'm not sure, can I do this? Can I sustain it? Yes, you can. And you're on the right path. This is just here to highlight this again. It's here to highlight, okay, why was I stuck for so long? Why did I not move for so long? It's here to highlight that for us, so that we can remember to notice it, and we can remember to keep an eye on the emotions. And then finally, we've got balance. We've got balance brought in by the Justice card here. Justice, again, it's another 2-1-1. Two's about our commitments, partnerships, duality. It's about both things being equal on both sides. It's about fairness, because of reaching a fair conclusion. Because we have assessed, understanding that it is okay to be compassionate towards yourself. It is okay to desire this person, or to desire that thing, or whatever, because you've now done the work to assess why you were thinking and feeling that way in the first place. So this means that by the end of February, and by the end of the first week of March, we're really in a place where we feel a lot more stable, and that's how we like to feel as Capricorns. A lot more stable on being in the right track, on the right path. the confidence will find us, you know. The confidence will find us, but it's not, it's false to think we should always be confident or we should always be positive. It's false to think that. What we should be is aware. We should just be aware. We should just notice how we're feeling. We should just notice what we're thinking. And this is really just an indication of that. Just notice if what you're thinking. Just notice what you're telling yourself, even though you're seeing success and you're recognizing that things are changing. You can see that for yourself. If you're still thinking in the old way, thinking of yourself in the old, oh well, it's just going to go wrong anyway. Yeah, it's working out now in February, but by bloody come June, it's going to be all, it's going to be tits up again. Sorry to swear. So we need to remember that that's what needs to be transformed. That type of thinking, that way of thinking from the past is what needs to be transformed. And it's looking, as I said, like balance is coming in, change is coming in, confidence is coming in, definitely by the end of this time period, end of Feb, beginning of March. Okay, so my darling, my fellow Capricorns, I hope you had a fabulous birthday. I did. It was lovely. I went out with my friend for lunch at like 2 o'clock or 1 o'clock, and I didn't get home till 10. We closed the restaurant. Oh my word. Anyway, it was lovely. We had quite a few bottles of wine, and yeah, it was nice. Anyway, so I hope you enjoyed your birthday too, my darling fellow Capricorn. Oh, Tiny's here. Oh, he's here now. When we finish, dog. Oh, well, at least you can say hello to the fellow Cappies. Hello, Cappy. Oh, you actually saying hello. Hello, Cappies. Hello, Cappies. Good boy. So, thank you, Ruth. I hope you enjoyed your what's it called, your birthday season, because I enjoyed my birthday, my darlings. Don't forget, you can follow Key Wisdom Tarot on Instagram and on Facebook. This year I'm going to be looking in a lot more detail at the origins of the tarot, of where some of the interpretations come from and why we arrive at those interpretations. And we have to go all the way back to the 11th century to start to unpick the tarot. So I've not started doing the articles and things yet, but keep an eye out. I will be doing them. I will start them in February. I'll also be adding some videos as well. Check in the Key Wisdom playlist. Check that out for everything mindfulness, meditation, Reiki and tarot. Don't forget to check out your rising signs and your moon signs and your Venus signs as well. They might give you some bit more help just to how to navigate this next 4 to 6 weeks. Okay, my darlings, I hope you've enjoyed this reading. Please like it, all that stuff, subscribe, blah blah blah. I will see you all again at the end of February with your brand new reading. Take care, my fellow Capricorns. Bye.